Welcome back to Let's Play Thousand Arms. That moon is different. It's kind of purple instead of the color it was before, and a little more ominous. I'm glad you've returned safely, Mice. I see. The Emperor wanted to return to the moon. The moon is not yet bright, but when it is, the end of the world is nigh. Isn't there something we can do? Are we helpless to stop it? To the north of here is a place called the Star Plateau. Our salvation lies within. Shall we go, Mice? Heck yeah, let's go. Of course, Metalia. Well then, let's go. Thank you for just warping me there. I didn't want to climb down all those stairs again. By the way, there was something that, once I figured it out, I wanted to mention it in a video, but I forgot to mention it on camera, so I'm editing it in here. The spell, in the final battle with the Dark Master, the spell that Jella cast was not Sacrifice. The spell that she actually casted was something much more fitting for her kind of clingy, jealous self. She casted Kilfie. That's the spell that does, like, especially high damage to females. So yeah, that's kind of interesting how they worked that in. But anyway.
Mice, I'm sorry. I didn't expect the Emperor to become a god by using the primordial flame.
What do you mean, God?
Long ago, when we learned of the Emperor's desire, we divided and hid the primordial flame within the 5 sacred altars. We thought the Emperor would eventually die, as he was human. Jabba left a message when he died, as if to intentionally expose the hiding places of the 5 flames to the Emperor. Honestly, I was shocked, but I now know why he did it. The Emperor's desire was to collect the 5 flames to become a god, not just to rule the world. The Emperor even transformed his body into a machine to lengthen and achieve his goal. Jabba knew this. That's why he led you to the Emperor. He knew you would be the ones to challenge the Emperor.
But the Emperor has the flames now.
Even if we kept the flames hidden, the Emperor would have found them eventually, as he has eternal life. But our lifetime is limited. Our clan would decline and eventually vanish. Jabba decided to place the fate of the world in your hands. It was the right decision. Mice, the 6th sacred altar is this way. It's our only hope.
Just what the 6th sacred altar is and why, it'll be helpful to us, we'll have to wait and see till we get to it. In the meantime, we can talk to Metalia here to rest up if we need it. I'm sure that all of you will live up to my expectations. Da-da-da-da-da! Yeah, full heal. This is all I can do for you. Please take care of yourselves. Now, the fact that they put that there would kind of make you think that maybe this is a point of no return, but it's not. You can just take this side path here. And it'll spit you out over here on the world map. This place that we've been to before. This is where I was, coming to gain MP and everything. When we tried to go into that cave before, it just wouldn't really take us anywhere, but now we can walk into it and get back to the Star Plateau. Kinda neat. That said, even though this doesn't act as a point of no return, I'm pretty much going to be treating it that way. I don't plan on going back. Save Damashi there if we want it, but I don't really need it. I think this path doesn't really take you. Yeah, that's just a kind of random dead end. There's actually nothing there. Now let's see what kind of enemies we have to, show off in this place. And I've got other things besides enemies I want to show off. Meteor Ghost! It's kind of cute looking, and he's got a meteor in his mouth. It's weird. All the enemies here are meteor themed. You'll notice Sodina's weapon is different. I gained like one extra level with her to get her up to level 70 because I noticed everyone was getting like their ultimate weapons at level 70. And I mean technically they wouldn't be ultimate until I hit level 99 in Forge, but as far as I've seen, because I'm pretty sure these are what the weapons looked like on some guy I saw on YouTube who was fighting the final boss with hacks and had everyone up like max level and everything. I'm pretty sure this is what the weapons looked like, maxed out, so I'm pretty sure we've hit the actual max, like the final form of everyone's weapons, which is cool, so we can show that off. And also, I've got new specials with Sodina and Soshi that I need to show off. Although first I'll just show off how powerful her weapon is at this point. As soon as this guy attacks. Oh wait, he has it! Oh good, thank you for dodging. I didn't know he had a special, because, like, all of the attacks these enemies have are, like, have their own unique animations. Just like the attacks themselves almost seem like specials as is. Yeah, Sodina's knife is now powerful enough to just one-shot current enemies. And you get a glimpse of Soshi and Kylene's ultimate weapons there. Soshi's sword is really interesting. It kind of looks like a... I know that's supposed to be something too, I just don't really know what it is. It looks like some kind of tree branch or something. In the next battle, though, I'll have to show off Sodina's new Soul Cure special. It is awesomely powerful. But first, I want to... Oh wait, I think this is the way I'm supposed to go. Yeah, it is. It is. Crap, okay, I kind of want to see what items and stuff we can find in this place. Don't know if I've ever fully explored the Star Plateau before. Save Damashi! Well, that works. I bet I'll still one-shot him with this special. Assuming he doesn't put me to sleep. Please don't put me to sleep. He put her to sleep. Well, time to use Cure All then. There we go. Thankfully, it didn't really save that much time, but I kind of thought I had a little bit there and started getting Cure already.
Redeem thy spirit!
You know, that attack is especially fitting to be using on a Damashi that's like a ghost and everything, come to think of it. But yeah, that did almost like 2,000 damage. It's like on par with... It's almost on par with the stronger of Mice's summons, which is awesome. Actually, it pretty much is on par with the stronger of his summons. Wow, that was faster than I expected to run into a battle. I should have switched Sodina out. Well, that's okay, I can just go with next character. I can just use next character, I guess. And you'll get to see how fast Soshi is with the hard armor. It's, like, ridiculous. It's ridiculous, but awesome. Check it out. To attack, he only needs to, like, go through 3 triangles in the gauge now. If he had been at the front of the party, he would have just immediately acted. Before the enemy could have even attacked. And much like Sodina, he can one-shot enemies with a regular attack. Now, I should switch him into the front of the party so I can show off his new special, Fudo Rasanji. Nelsha does not really get anything unique. Well, actually, I don't know that, because she's not at level 70. Oh man, a chest was right there too. Just an Elixir EX. I don't actually know if Nelsha's weapon changes at level 70, but I know that it hasn't changed this entire time so far. Like, it hasn't even gotten red or anything. I assume it probably just doesn't change. And it kind of makes sense, because, I mean, it's just a needle, and she kind of needs her needle to Meteor Dragon awesome. I was hoping we'd find that guy, because it's a neat design. I think I'll let him attack, just so we can see it. Nice little breath attack there. Now, let's show off Fudorasanjin. Yeah, it kind of makes sense for Nilsha's needle to stay the same. I mean, I imagine she needs it to kind of retain its same shape, because she uses it for sewing, probably. Yeah, no damage numbers, it just kills the enemy outright. It is an instant death attack that, far as I can tell, has a 100% success rate. Obviously, it just doesn't work on bosses. Unfortunately, in addition to not working, like, it doesn't do any damage either, so it's basically completely worthless against bosses, but still, it's a neat attack, and it's fun to use on normal enemies. Which way am I supposed to... Splitting paths, and I forget which way I'm going. Crap, again, I forgot to switch someone into the front of the party. That's okay, I suppose I can show off... Well, no, actually, I'll show off the fact that he can basically attack before the enemy can, since I didn't really get to show that before. There we go. I was kind of talking over his voice clip, unfortunately, and I know Soshi's voice clips are not the loudest, but I'll just have to show off his attack again later, when we get to the next area. For now, I will put Weena into the front of the party so we can see her new weapon. Gotta show off all the new weapons. They're all similarly strong, but still, I figure it's nice to get it's good to show you a nice glimpse of what all the weapons look like. I don't think this is the way I'm going. I hope it's not. It's not! Up here we have Gold Necklace, and Elixir EX. Also this really pretty view of like the moon and shooting stars and stuff. Until we get interrupted by a battle, of course. Meteor Whale. Definitely the strangest enemy here. Weena's hammer looks pretty neat at this point. It really kind of, the way it changed shape, has all these spikes added, and its color and everything. It's like, in a way, it kind of reminds me of the Gaia Mall, actually, except it's much better than the Gaia Mall is. At this point, I'm actually kind of glad for all the over-leveling and everything that we've been dealing with. Like, I'm kind of glad for all the over-leveling, because normally I never get to, like, level 70 before the end of this game. And so I've never really had the opportunity to, like, get everyone's, basically, ultimate weapons. So it's kind of nice. Just got 3 more to show off, and then I can stop, like, showing all the battles in this area. Although, honestly, just 3 more battles, and by that point we might be at the end of this area, because it's not like a terribly long area. We'll see. Oh yeah, I think it is gonna be. We will be through it. Maybe, maybe not. The path I'm on right now is a dead end, but I want to show it because it's a really pretty view, so I want to just stop to take a moment to look at that. Now, Kylene doesn't have the hard armor. Oh wait, no, I shouldn't have killed him. Oh good, that didn't kill him. Kylene's weapon, I guess, is not quite as strong, but still, it's pretty strong. Much stronger than what she had before. And of course, the Meteor Dragon casts Meteor with its own body, which is pretty interesting. Kylene's sword is looking like a much more proper and fancy rapier at this point. Now I just gotta get Musa into the front of the party. And I'll switch Sodina in. Ta-da, actually, really, the pretty view is like here. Just a nice view of some shooting stars and the moon, which I don't know why it's not purple here, but... doesn't matter. It's still a nice sight to look at. Yeah, actually, I can easily see that we're probably only gonna have 2 more battles, unless I just get really unlucky with the encounter rate. Ah, it's the weird meteor whale again. Kill it! With your golden sword with neat green pattern down the blade, and I guess those are, I think those are, I can't tell if those spots are like part of the pattern or if they're actually holes in his sword. Like if they're little really, really dark splotches, or if they're holes on his sword. I feel like they're probably meant to be holes on his sword, because it's stylish. So now the only ultimate weapon we haven't seen is Mice's. And it occurs to me I should also show what these look like in the character screens here, since they look different in here than in battle. And yeah, definitely those are supposed to be holes on the sword then. This sword looks pretty interesting on the character status screen. Now let's see Kylene's rapier. I really like the handle, like the handguard and everything on that. It's pretty nice. And of course Nelsha's needle's the same, just the blue gem and everything. Yeah, see, Weena's hammer, I'm kind of curious now, actually. No, really, actually, it's, like, got a more intricate design than the Gaia Maul does. I remember I was surprised by the Gaia Maul when we first got it because it was, like, so much more intricate than Weena's hammer. Now her own hammer is much more intricate than the Gaia Maul is. And so she's got this sword that has, like, 5 branches on the sword. I swear that's supposed to be representative of something in Japanese culture, but I'm kind of not familiar with it. Sudina's knife looks pretty interesting. And then we've got Mice's sword, which is still got kind of a pretty blue thing going on with it. Nice, big, fancy-looking handguard and handle and everything. Really nice-looking sword. It's cool in battle, too. And he's got this, like, red gemstone in the hilt, I think, that you can even see in battle. But we have just reached the 6th Sacred Altar. I think you can still encounter enemies up here. If not, then we will show off Mice's ultimate weapon in battle anyway. Although first, I'm gonna switch Soshi in, actually, because there's something with this boss. There's something with Soshi that I want to show off that I'm not going to get to show off with the final boss, I know, because it won't really... What I want to do for the final boss isn't gonna work out if I try and show that off, so I'll show it off with this boss instead. Now, I would say they could have standed to make this boss a little bit harder, maybe. They even put a Save Damashi here right before you fight him, just in case, but it's really not a hard battle at all, so it's not even really necessary. But look who it is.
Jabba?
Master? Is it you?
Jabba, you're alive!
I am not Jabal. I am the guardian of the 6th Sacred Altar. I protect the Holy Flame until it passes to my successor. Jabal made the Sacred Altar our last hope against the Emperor. Now, I must see if you are fit to wield the power of the Holy Flame. Prepare yourselves.
So yeah, he's gonna put us to the test here. You get a party selection screen here because they force Mice into your party if he's not there already. Like I said, I want to show off something with Soshi here. This Guardian Spirit guy says he's not Jabal, but come on, look at him. And wait till you see, there's a special he has too, and also a line he has after, one specific line he'll have after this battle, which, it's Jabal. Basically, it's Jabal's spirit, I believe. And the thing is, now that he's, well, as Jabal he died, but it's kind of like, you know, the spirit itself is not really Jabal, but it is Jabal's spirit nonetheless. Kind of like Jabal was his former life or something. But anyway, he's not too grueling on his test here. He spends most of the battle sitting back and defending, seeing how strong you are. And after so long, he will use one special on you and see if you're, I guess, tough enough to survive it. If you go all out on him, just spam all your specials on him, you'll probably Well, you might very easily be able to finish him before he can even show you his special, but I'm gonna not do that. In fact, I'm gonna not power Mice up any because it's probably not necessary, and like I said, I don't want to finish this guy off before we get to see his special. So he stops defending. And after Sodina yells at him, he uses a summon. You might recognize it, somewhat. That shape there. You've never seen the big, detailed picture of it, but the smaller picture of it you should recognize from near the start of the game. It is the summon that Jobble used on Shaft. And what exactly happened there? Did it somehow miss Mice, or did it just hardly do any damage to him for some reason? That's kind of weird. Well, anyway, I've got summons of my own. Check this one out. Not enough to finish him, huh? I guess I didn't really do enough damage to him before this started. Oh, wait. It occurs to me that what I wanted to show off with Soshi did not actually happen here. Dang. I guess I'll just have to tell you about it. We've never seen it with a I guess it doesn't happen with a 100% success rate. Or maybe certain enemies are immune. I don't know. What I do know is we've never seen it with a normal enemy because they usually die in one hit from Rekazon. But what can happen with an enemy who survives Rekazon is they can be inflicted with this unique status effect where every so often, you'll see them, the battle will kind of pause and you'll see flames hit, like a bit of fire hit them, and like it's like a burn status effect, they'll take damage. I've done that to another boss off camera, and it's like they were taking 500 or 600 damage from the burn, so Rekazon is a really good attack to use on bosses, because of that.
You have defeated me. This means you walk with the elemental spirit. You have surpassed Jobble's power, so I bestow upon you the power of the Holy Flame. The flame of darkness burns feebly on the moon. It is this same flame that the Clan of Darkness once fought over. The Master lamented this ugly struggle, so he banished the flame. The Emperor wants to rekindle the flame of darkness with the flame of the light. My child, you will soon be reawakened as I have.
What?
You will understand when the time comes. Now, prepare yourselves and wish to be carried to the moon. Sodina, Mice, take care of each other. Believe in each other.
This is the moon? The sacred altar of the darkness should be around here. Let's hurry, Mice. The Guardian Spirit's final parting words there, I think, pretty much there to tell you, just in case you had any doubts, that yeah, it's Jobble. Because that's what Jobble said to us when he died. Well, that's more or less what he said when he died. Now, I always thought this was a point of no return. And it would seem... Dang it. It would seem that as long as you remain on this screen, too, it's like you can go back up there and nothing happens. So that is really misleading. For this particular enemy, the Magatama, to really show this thing off, I'm gonna have to not use Soshi, because Soshi's gonna kill it too quickly. At first, this thing does not do anything. It's just kinda small and almost cute in its own weird way. But you attack it, and it grows bigger. It's still kinda cute, although it's kinda weird. You attack it again, and apparently it dies, because Mice does too much damage. Well, we should see that enemy again later, and Soshi can generally trigger what I was thinking of by just hitting it once, just kind of bypass its second form, so, because of how much damage he does. I'll leave him in the front of the party because he's pretty good for dealing with enemies here. Aha! It seems like you have to, in some form, leave this screen. You either have to, from what I've seen, get into a battle, or you have to save and quit, or you have to go to the next screen and then come back up here, but yeah, for some reason it doesn't immediately offer this to you. But you can return to the Star Plateau, and from the Star Plateau you can return to the world map. So you're never actually permanently stuck anywhere. I always thought once you went to the moon you were stuck there. You're not. So, no big deal, I guess. I know you can save the world. Are you ready? Yes, send me back. Transitions. Alright. This video's been longer than I intended. Final day of Save Damashi there. This video's already been longer than I really intended because I've been leaving in every battle and trying to show off some things. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one going. That's another thing. When I was younger, I didn't really know what those guys were there for. I just thought they were kind of there to add atmosphere or be creepy or something. That's kind of to tell you to try examining these swords, because you can talk to these guys.
Who enters these ruins? We are ancient memories. We are the minds of the ancients. We are of the darkness. All life began here, in the distant past, separated into two clans. We are one, darkness. We manipulated elemental power better than our counterparts. That was our pride. Acquiring greater power, it was ecstasy. Our ancestors forged the swords as best they knew, as they believed it was their fate. Uncovering secrets and utilizing elemental power was our reason for existence. We believed that using the holy flame bestowed upon us by our god was our mission.
So you can kind of get the history of the Clan of Darkness here. Sadly, you can also be interrupted by battles. You know what? No, I'm cutting that battle, because it was just a dang Damashi. Even on the moon, FOE! Anyway. Yeah.
One day, an evil blacksmith, with the support of other dark blacksmiths, tried to become my god. He tried to acquire all the elemental power in the moon, the remnants of the primordial flame. He claimed himself emperor. War ensued, and the moon was brought to the verge of destruction.
By the way, the Damashi, the pink one that scales to your level, they're immune to Soshi's instant death attack, so something to be aware of.
Animosity, suffering of the darkness. Please destroy him and lead us to peace.
That guy fully heals you, which is nice, because now we can actually use, if we want to, I don't really intend to use it until the final battle. I didn't mean to do that. But still, because you can get healed there, you can actually use, outside of the final battle if you so choose, this new summon we've just gotten, which is the one that Jobble had. Ognis Organ is actually the name of that dragon thing with the laser beams. Now let's talk to more guys.
His power exceeded that of a god, and he began acting deranged. Nobody could stop him. The blacksmiths of the dark side followed the Emperor, using this power so irresponsibly pleased them. Weary from the war that had no end, a band of these blacksmiths revolted. They were the best blacksmiths the dark side had to offer. Alas, they were powerless against the Emperor. In response to their revolt, these blacksmiths were ostracized. A prodigy of the dark blacksmiths escaped to the land of the light. Whatever became of that child?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that was probably Schmidt's grandfather, that the Emperor mentioned. You know, his grandfather and father before him, they were all like him.
The cursed Emperor. We were helpless to do anything after we had perished. Peace was our only goal, but we created a monster instead. Perhaps we weren't seeking peace alone. Perhaps we were fulfilling our desires. The Emperor turned the moon into a land of desolation, but we, the clan of darkness, had created him. The Emperor's existence, yes, his existence led to the destruction of the darkness. The Emperor attempted to acquire the elemental power. He invaded the land of the light to collect the holy flames. He believed that when the holy flames were rejoined, he would become a god.
He still believes that. And that's what that's exactly what he's about to try to do. I do like this screen a lot. You know, just nice little scenic area. You can see the earth, you can see all these friggin' swords from the huge battle that must have erupted right before this place's end. And of course the nice little shooting star. This place is interesting. Looks like it must have been a very important kind of gathering place. Little sacred area here. Nothing really left here though. This enemy's weird looking. This thing has a tendency to just try and speed itself up, and then start casting death on you. Instead, I'm just going to instantly kill it. Because that attack really needed to be shown off again. Oh, it doesn't work on... This guy's immune. Okay, I was not expecting that. That's okay, Koken Sofu will work just as well. Between the strength of his sword and the hard armor he has equipped, there is pretty much nothing that Soshi can't just one-shot with, like, his special at the very least. I think, yeah, some of the enemies on the moon here, though, do take, like, 2 hits from his physical attack. Now, in the chest up here, we have a classy choker, which, honestly, that probably should have tipped me off that, you know, you can actually get off the moon somehow. I just never knew how, though. If you notice, there's a new sound effect into the background ambience now. We're getting closer to where the Emperor is. Here we go. Megatama again. I did want to show off what its final form looks like, so I'll leave this battle in. Yeah, it turns into that creepy-looking thing, and it gains a sword. What the crap, game? Also, I believe it casts a spell that... I'm gonna let it get that spell off because I want to see it. Yeah, it can cast that spell that Schmidt had that drains your HP. These things are dang creepy, but it's dead now. And now we never have to deal with them again. At least not on camera. It's quite possible to encounter a group of 3 of those things. If I do, I'll just use a Koken Sofu and it's going to immediately kill all 3 of them. In this chest is where we can get the Lord armor outside of, you know, getting it from Smoochie, and, for now, actually, no. For now, I'm just gonna keep that off, but before we get to the final battle, I'm gonna equip that on Soshi, so he can take a hit a little bit better, even though it's not quite as good as the hard armor, but also he'll be able to take a hit just a little bit better, I think. And I'll try giving, like, the hard armor to Musa. And then this is the final treasure chest here. In it is a Revive EX. Pretty handy thing to get right before the final battle. That indeed was a group of 3 Magatamas. So, Token Sofu, dead. And now we get to this area. Remember how Metallia said when the moon starts glowing, the, end of the Earth is nigh? Yeah. Well, it's probably not glowing too bright yet, I mean... Well, okay, mind you, they didn't specifically call it Earth, but, the end of the world is nigh and all that, although, I don't think it's at that point yet, because, though it's getting close, as you can tell, since it is glowing purple at that. But, if it was glowing so bright... Ah, new enemy, Kenma-danma. I was hoping we'd find it. This is the only other enemy you can encounter. It's like the last one we haven't seen on the moon here. It can cast spells, and it's also got an attack where it just kind of rams its whole body into you. Like so. And it does a lot of damage. It does a pretty decent amount of damage, especially since Soshi has the hard armor. But as I was saying, you have to figure, for the glow to be, like, bright enough where you'd be seeing it really well on the actual planet, the light, the place of light and everything. Like, the planet of light, I guess. To see the moon's glow really well there, here on the moon, that glow would have to be, like, blinding us. So, since we are not being blinded, I think it's probably safe to say we're not at the point yet that Metallia warned us of, but we must be close to that. Speaking of being close to things, we're close to the Emperor, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the Lord Armor on Soshi now. And try putting the hard armor on Musa. And I'm gonna rearrange my party to get Nelsha in here and put her in the back, actually, and there we go. That's actually all I really wanted to change. And let's have Weena... Actually, no, let's have Sodina do it. Heal everyone up. I accidentally selected Nelsha, and I was gonna say, yeah, that works, I'll just let her do it, but then, actually, she doesn't know heal all, so... There we go, fully healed. Everyone's not at max EP, but, it's close enough. I think we're in pretty good shape, so... Right up here.
What is this? Nelsha feels strange here.
I feel an overwhelming power in the air. Could this be the Emperor?
I think we're getting close. This time we'll get him. I'm getting nervous. What is this weird feeling anyway? We're almost to the sacred altar. It's the holy flame of the Dark Clan. We must hurry! We must get there before the Emperor uses the power of the light!
Let's go, mice. This is it. Wait, we need to prepare. We've reached the Emperor, but this video's already gone long enough, and I already, we're gonna be getting to the final battle and the ending and everything, so that's gonna take long enough that it should be its own video. So that's gonna do it for this time, and next time, we're gonna finish this game. See you then. Take care, guys.